Coming up next, the Bookening reads Robert Galbriath. Hey everybody, welcome to the Bookening. This is Nathan Albertson, your humble and obedient host, joined by the pastor who's a master of reading. It's Jacob Menzel right there. He's wearing a shirt with motorcycles. He's got the shirt with the motorcycle. Just like Hagrid, yes, in honor of our... What is Hagrid?
He's a half giant.
In honor of our giant
groundskeeper
friend, of our groundskeeping friend. He's got the shirt, it's got the motorcycles. You would not know that it is. This is not like a t-shirt with motorcycles. What this is a dress shirt. It buttons all the way from the bottom to the top. And it's got these
the top to the bottom.
Or the top to the bottom. But someone who actually likes to button their buttons in a sensible manner would know that it buttons from the bottom to the top. And he's wearing he's got the gray undershirt.
Not so much. Yeah.
He's got a watch. He's got a wedding ring, jeans, presumably underwear. Cannot confirm or deny. Got the socks, fancy, kind of cool socks, like the socks. Got the kind of Tim Burton-y socks and his typical shoes.
These socks have a surprise.
Do they? Dun, 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 dun. Star Wars socks. He's got the Star Wars socks.
That's right.
Now, over there in the Brandon position, we've got one of our favorites, the returning guest star. She's got the headband, the gray t-shirt, I guess. Is that what you'd call that thing? Gray blouse? Is that a blouse? I don't really know what a blouse is. The gray top, the jeans, the grandma kind of... No? Yeah? No?
No.
Oh, okay, wrong. I'm sorry.
Pretty stylish, man.
the leather sneakers.
She's got the headband.
She's got a watch on that betrays what hand, which-handed
she is. And we're going to say she's right-handed.
False.
You put the watch on the hand that you're not handed?
That's right.
Otherwise, we get in the way while you're writing. And also, I can be writing and check the time at the same time.
As I said, one of our favorites, headband, shirt, pants, etc. Dubstep Danny, the mom who's a bomb of reading. How you doing today, Danielle?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Now, you're going to be on later this year.
I am.
Around the Yuletide season to read some Charlie D with us.
Charlie D.
Mm-hmm. And that should be exciting. But today, you went on special assignment. I think I gave you this assignment in an episode. True or false? I actually don't remember.
True.
I said what?
It was in the context of Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon was talking about how JKR wrote some detective novels under a pseudonym.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, hey, yo, we have a detective-loving guest that we like to have on. If you want to check it out and come talk to us about it and talk to our guests, you can do that. And she was like, okay, I'll do that.
And she did it. And we've also got our special guest star sitting just off microphone, quite possibly the most adorable person, with the possible exception of
me,
Jake. We've got little Moses McNeely here.
There he is.
There he is. He can't say much. He can't do much. Can he roll over? Can he do any tricks at all, Danny?
He can't roll over yet.
He can't roll over.
Sometimes rolls on his side.
Okay.
He eats his hands.
He eats his hands.
And he makes really cute sounds.
Can he smile?
Yes.
My understanding is babies do not smile or laugh or have experienced any amusement until they are exactly 1 year old. And if you think that that's what you're seeing, it's because they're passing gas.
Only godless people say that.
Fair. I think that is where I read it.
Yeah.
So, Jake, your thoughts?
I agree 100%. Only godless people say such things.
Your wife is actually the one that told me about it.
She told you that that's what people say. And then she also told you it's a load of garbage.
That is true. She did say it was a load of garbage. Danny, you went on assignment.
I did.
We're going to get right to it. We're
now.
You know how sometimes you come on, we spend a half an hour where we don't get to the point.
Uh-huh.
Today, we are getting to the point. I've turned over a new leaf. I'm a new man.
We're at the point.
We're at the point. This is the point. So you read this book that you were apparently assigned by me.
Uh-huh.
Ask me how much memory I have of that.
How much?
0. I never would have remembered it. I really just don't remember anything that we do anymore. And I edit the darn things. I get to hear it 2 or 3 times, and it just goes in one ear, out the other ear.
Yeah.
But I remember you were on. We talked about Murder on the Orient Express. It was quite an entertaining little trio of episodes. Then you came back for more Murder on the Orient Express.
Yep. More murder.
Little entertaining episode there. Not an entertaining movie in any way, shape, or form. Have you seen? And we will get to the point in a second. Have you seen have you seen any more Murder on the Orient Expresses? Or should it be Murders on the Orient Express?
Murders on...
It's like Passersby or
Yes.
Chalupa's Supreme.
Sons-in-law. Yep.
Sons-in-law.
Chalupa Supreme.
You wouldn't say Chalupa Supremes.
It's true, you wouldn't. I would
You
never
would
say
not.
that.
I mean, you might.
I would never say that.
No. Of course you
I would
wouldn't.
never say that.
No, you understand. how
Not
you get this.
since that one. I had watched... Yeah, not since that one.
No, there's nothing new to report on the Murders on the Orient Express.
No.
All right. Well, do be sure to let us know if you see any more Murders on the Orient Express.
If I happen to be on the Orient
Yeah,
Express,
let the police
and
know
someone's
first.
murdered, I will report.
Call us first. Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
That would be quite the coincidence, and our podcast could probably make some money off of it or something.
Probably.
You're famous for your love of dubstep,
Yes.
and you got the children, you got
the
the
children.
husband. You read the books.
True.
And that brings us to the point that we've been getting to, which is this book that you've read for us.
It is a book that I've read.
By whom?
Robert Galbraith.
Robert Galbraith. Now,
AKA J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. So she wrote under a male. She wrote pseudonymously.
Very good.
Pseudonymously? Yeah. She wrote pseudonymously and in the guise of a man.
Yeah.
Now, did she say she was Robert Galbraith, or did someone have to figure that out?
So what I read is nope. Well, yeah, that she came. What I
Yes.
read.
What you
That's
read?
staying in there.
What I read is that it was released as Robert Galbraith, and then lower secretary at the law firm that represents J.K. Rowling leaked it, and then later the law firm settled a bunch of money because she sued them or something.
JKR did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this lower secretary was presumably sacked and is living on the streets.
I hope so.
Yeah, one would certainly
It's a little cold.
Where in the chronology of old HP does this book fall? Is it post HP that she
Oh yeah,
Robert
this is her most
Galbraith?
recent.
Oh,
So-
after Casual Vacancy?
Mhm. Yeah, because that one she wrote as JKR, I think.
Casual Vacancy was JKR.
Yeah.
Cursed Child was JKR. Is this post Cursed Child?
No, Cursed Child was written by her.
Oh, yeah, it's by some playwright.
It's not very good either.
Oh, did you read it?
I read it, yeah.
Did you perform it?
I did by myself. I did all
In your
the
brain?
parts.
Yeah.
No, I had my children play different. No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't perform it. No. I just read it.
And it's not good. Well, that's all right. We'll get to that. But first, we'll get to the point. But I want to hear your thoughts on Cursed Child because I don't think we've read it.
I've not read it. Yeah, I wanted to read it.
Vaguely familiar with what it is. So don't let me forget to get to the not point, Jake. But people are waiting for the point. So Robert Galbraith.
Robert Galbraith.
The pseudonym for JKR. And you read this book. It's called what?
The Cuckoo's Calling.
The Cuckoo's Calling.
The Cuckoo? The Cuckoo?
The Cuckoo?
How would you say that?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. The cuckoo clock. Cuckoo.
The cuckoo. No, not that.
Yeah.
Cuckoo. The Cuckoo's Calling.
The Cuckoo's Calling. And this is a detective novel by JKR. Jake, have you read the Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, aka?
I've not. No.
Ask me whether I have.
Have you
Nope.
read the
I'm ashamed of you
Cuckoo's-
for asking. So, Danny, you're going to give us your thoughts. So,
All right.
I don't know what else to say besides give us your thoughts.
Okay.
Moses will chime in if people hear a little Moses supposes his toes are roses. He's
Singing.
He's singing, and it's a beautiful thing, a newborn life.
Yep.
Indubitably.
You're not that.
So, Rowling, Galbraith's detective, is Cormoran Strike.
Cormoran Strike.
That's his name.
I
Wow.
couldn't hate that more.
But you like Draco Malfoy?
It works in the Potterverse, okay.
Right.
Although even there, it's a little bit much sometimes. But so we've got a character on our sister podcast, Sound of Sanity, named Stone Huntington. He's named after a detective series featuring some guy named Stone Barrington, which I've always laughed at because it's just the dumb. Like, who in real life has a name like Stone Barrington?
Rock
so.
Hudson.
I guess I just admitted that our podcast uses similarly ridiculous names, but there's like a little ironic.
Sound of Sanity is a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
For a purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
This is supposed to be realistic.
Yeah. So what's his
Cormoran.
Is it
name
really
again?
supposed to be
Cormoran.
realistic?
Oh yeah. This is real life.
There's no Quidditch.
He's a veteran of the war in Afghanistan.
Okay, so this is set in
Lost
modern
part of
times.
his leg.
Lost part of his leg. That's too bad.
So he was a detective in the army, That's his background. And then he left the army, came back to London. So it's set in London.
Did he leave under some traumatic kind of circumstances?
He lost his leg.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's traumatic.
Yeah, you get some more backstory, of course, in the book.
Right.
There's actually a trilogy.
Is this related to the latest movie by The Rock, where he
The
was a guy
skyscraper one?
Yeah, he doesn't have a leg.
doesn't have a
Is the
leg.
Rock
He was in
in
the
fact
military,
playing
but-
Corbin McCormick?
Cormorant. Now I'm doubting what his name. I can't remember what it is. I think it's Cormorant.
Strike.
Cormorant Strike. He's always called Strike in the book. Cormorant.
I just could not
How do you
hate that
spell
word.
it?
Strike, like STRI. Is it with a Y?
No, it's just
Okay.
strike. Like you strike someone in the face.
Okay.
IKE, no doubt about it.
Cormorant.
I tried not to strike people in the face.
I don't know. I can't find his name now. I don't know.
Is this written from Mr. Strike's point of view?
No, it's a third person.
Third person narrative? Omniscient?
Cormoran. No T. Cormoran Strike.
How do you spell cormoran? I don't even. What?
Cormoran. Cormoran.
Why did his parents name him Cormoran? Do we deal with this?
His father is a famous rock star, and his mother is a groupie
Okay.
who was a drug addict, and so he's never really known his father.
The pieces are starting to come together.
Yeah.
And he's missing a leg. What kind of a fellow is this Corman McCarthy?
Strike. You just call him
Strike. Yes.
He's a big, burly dude.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't said anything about the book yet, but
Yes.
to JKR's credit, this isn't like a guy that I've seen before.
This character?
And yeah.
So is he tough? Is he thoughtful? Is it brains or brawn that we're looking at in this guy?
I think he's mostly brains, but he's intimidating. He's a big former soldier.
Does he have a way with words? Can he talk? Does he have a...
He does speak.
Okay.
That's true.
All right.
He does speak.
We're building a picture of this man one element at a time.
So what sets him apart from other detectives?
Yeah. What's his gimmick, I guess, is what I'm kind of getting at. What's his thing? What's his shtick? What does he do? Is he neurotic? Is he cool?
No, he's mostly, I think he's surprising in that he's big and burly and looks kind of dumb, but he's actually very sharp.
He's got a keen wit.
He's good at playing dumb cop or country lawyer or something like that. Uses that to his strength.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Does he say...
He's not neurotic. He's not anything like that.
Is he
He's
well
not a
spoken, or
Poirot
does he
or
talk like a
monk or-
military guy? Like if he walked into this room right now, what would I think about
How
this?
would we size him up?
Yeah.
I think I've said everything. He's large.
Okay.
But that's the thing. That's like one of the defining features, that he's a
Okay.
big dude. And that's intimidating to some people. But he can. So the story is there's been a famous model who fell to her death from a balcony, ruled a suicide. Her brother comes to him
Is this in the great country of Britain?
in London. Takes place in
Okay.
London.
Yes.
Her brother comes to him and asks him to investigate
I see.
because he doesn't think it was suicide. Mm-hmm. And they have a past connection, and et cetera, et cetera.
Very nice.
Nice.
Thank
toss.
you. That was really good.
And for those of you
I've
playing
got
at
the
home,
baby.
now Moses is with Jake now, and I don't think
still
he's gonna cry.
supposes his toes are roses, but he supposes
Erroneously.
erroneously.
Erroneously, yes. And Jake's got Moses. He's got a little rag in case Moses decides to
Be gross.
to be gross. But
I'm used to it.
Jake's used to it. He's got 7 kids.
You know, he's gonna smile at me.
Oh, he did a smile.
I told you he smiles.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
He's passing gas. Does the scientists tell us?
Well, the scientists don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, so
model
he's
falls to her
investigating.
death.
Yeah, so he ends up kind of having to enter this world of fashion designers and models, and he can hold his own there.
Okay.
Looks nice in a suit.
How did the
Sit up.
oh no,
Oh no, I broke him.
did you break him?
Yep.
All right, folks, we're watching this. We're gonna see what Jake can do with his dad powers.
My powers may only work with mental children.
Oh no,
Oh yeah, Jake's doing it. I've got faith.
he's gonna be great.
Yeah, Jake will be a good dad one of these days.
Oh, so sad. No, you don't want it. Okay. Well, I thought I was gonna make your life easier.
Yeah, I know. Well, pause.
Pause. Yep.
Heard Mom talking. Yeah. Where is she? Where is that lady?
All right, folks. What's happening right now? I'm just going to describe it to you. Yep. Okay. So Jake's giving back Moses to Danny. Moses has stopped crying. We're checking the diaper, and we are doing some swaddling. Danny's swaddling technique, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 4. It's not as maybe smooth as it could be, but it's It's good. It's good. It's better than I could do. I mean, I've never swaddled anything. So she's wrapping him up. She did the coup de grace. And now she's just, he stopped crying. And she's kind of doing the mom bouncy kind of thing.
I'm out of practice.
And Jake's out of practice. His last kid was...
I've only done that 7 times.
Yeah.
Just 7 times total.
7 times.
Once each kid.
Once each kid, yeah.
Has it worked once each kid?
Well, as it happens, maybe a reason why it's only once each kid.
Yeah. Honey!
Just kidding. I'm great at that sort of thing.
Yeah, Jake's great at this kind of thing. Jake's a good dad. We like Jake as a dad.
Commander Daddy is
Commander Daddy, that's right, on this very program.
Oh, no. So I'll just tell you right now.
Yeah.
Moses did not like this book.
Moses didn't like the book.
Yeah, that's why he's so upset.
Okay. Yeah, do we blame him? Did you like the book?
Well,
I don't think we shouldn't get there yet.
Okay.
So Stone Huntington, what's this guy's name?
I can't even remember. Cormac
McCarthy.
Cormoran Strike.
Cormoran Strike.
Cormoran Strike. So
he's got a rough past.
How does this Cormoran do with the ladies?
He does pretty well with the ladies.
Oh, unfortunately well?
Well, not graphically unfortunately well, but yeah.
Okay. That's not good.
Okay. You're messing up the podcast.
It's okay. No, he's the fourth voice. He's like
he's the true star of the show, right?
He's Brandon.
He's Brandon.
That's and they basically sound exactly the same.
He's a little bit slightly more articulate than Brandon, as I recall.
Yeah. All right, it's okay, Moses. We're not going to talk about Cormoran McCarthy forever. So he does okay with the ladies. Mm-hmm. Does he have wit, this guy? I'm just trying to figure out whether this is a detective I'd actually want to read about. Is he kind of like a Poirot where you're bored and you don't enjoy it and you wish you weren't reading the book and you give up after the first chapter?
I did like him.
Okay.
And he has an assistant, Robin. She's it opens, she is a temp for him.
Okay.
So you kind of get their story is developing.
Are they like...
No. She just got engaged. The night before the book begins.
So is Robin like the Watson in this?
Yeah. And she's...
like the Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Robin.
Has Robin like the Robin in this?
That comes up. Mm-hmm.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
He avoids saying that.
Mm. But it does come up.
It does come up eventually. Yeah.
So is Robin like our point of view audience surrogate character?
You just get her occasionally.
Okay.
And she is, I think, anachronistically charming.
That's nice.
She's kind of old fashioned,
like
which
me.
I like.
Would you consider me to be anachronistically charming?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. I think that's why people like these podcasts.
Yeah. Also pseudonymously.
Pseudonymously.
Right.
Yes. So Robin, she's like his Girl Friday kind of deal.
Yeah.
And except for not, because I think Girl Fridays are usually in love with their...
Well, we might get there. I don't know. It's 2 more books.
Oh, are there 2 more books out
yeah, it's
already?
First in a trilogy.
And this is the first... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Will we be completing? Oh, we probably want to save that too, don't we?
Yeah, we'll save that. So Corbin, he's in the fashion world and he's holding his own. He walks into the fashion offices.
But that's not his natural.
It's not his natural habitat.
No.
But we're not like dealing with fish out of water kind of territory. We're dealing with like he can navigate it okay.
Yeah, he can hold his own. He's confident in his own skin, except doesn't usually tell people he has a prosthetic leg. Kind of, he's got some past he doesn't tell people about.
Okay.
But the fact that he's the son of this famous rock star is an in a lot of places.
Okay.
But he looks nothing like him. He doesn't know him. He owes him money.
He owes the famous rock star money? Mm-hmm. His dad?
Yeah.
Oh, because he grew up with his junkie mom.
Yeah.
Okay. Poor Corbin.
So the book starts and he's not making he hasn't made money in a long time. He has a bunch of debts to pay. Mm-hmm. He can't even actually afford this temp. His girlfriend just kicked him out. His fiance just kicked him out and he's living in his office. And he's gained weight and his prosthetic leg doesn't fit right anymore. He's down in the dumps. Mm-hmm. And then he gets this case with Lula Landry.
Lula Landry is the model that fell to her unfortunate death.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, it wasn't a suicide.
Oh, no.
What?
I know.
Okay. Shocking.
I know. You think that would have been the big twist. The twist at the end is that nobody actually killed him.
Actually, no.
There was, I think, the Thin Man number 4, the guy died, as they do. Is appointed, wants to die, in my opinion. And this guy... And they can't find the murder weapon, and he's shot from, I think, underneath the chin, and he's just dead. and they search for the murderer the whole time. And then the big twist at the end is that he shot himself and the gun went down the drain in the stall where he was working as a jockey. So the Thin Man fishes the gun out and it turns out he shot himself.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's good. I like those Thin Men.
The Thin Man. Who is that?
William Powell and Myrna Loy.
Yeah, Myrna Loy.
Mrs. and Mr. Thin Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's their? I don't know their names.
I remember that story now.
Yeah,
I used to watch those.
Yeah, I love those.
And their dog
movies.
Asta.
Yeah, their dog Asta, and they like to drink the alcohol. Those.
And they're fast talkers, aren't they?
They're fat. Yeah, they've got the witty dialogue. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I like. Mm-hmm. It's like the not Murder on the Orient Express, where everyone's just
riding a train,
stabbing a gangster, not talking.
A gangster.
Yep, saying things that aren't that witty. So yeah,
in terms of a detective novel, I'd say this is kind of. So I read the Raymond Chandler too.
Yeah,
and so it's similar to Raymond Chandler.
Okay,
and that good. I think that JKR is overly descriptive, which I think is maybe one of her faults in general.
The fact that she's descriptive is a fault.
Overly descriptive. No, description is good.
Okay,
but and I guess by the time I finished, it didn't bother me that much. It took some getting used to at the beginning
of
the Cuckoo's Calling.
The Cuckoo's Calling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so lots of character, which I Chandler-ish, but more maybe Christie-ish in that there are red herrings, and you think it's this person. Oh, it's not this person.
There's actually a developed plot that you can follow.
Yes,
I would think that JKR would be quite good at that sort of thing, considering that's what she did so well in the HP books.
Right.
So okay. So the plot is good, and the description's overly descriptive. Maybe we should just ask. Should we just ask what she thinks of it, Jake?
Oh, I don't see why not. We brought her all the way here.
What did you think of it, Danny?
I didn't finish the book.
You didn't finish the book?
I didn't finish the book.
You didn't finish the book? Why not?
Huh?
90 pages to go.
90 pages to go. So you made it like, that thing's got to be what, 400 or 500 pages?
450.
You made it that far and you're not going to finish it?
Uh-huh.
Was there some particular thing that turned you off, or just a snowball effect?
A couple things. It's too long.
Okay.
It's too long for a detective novel.
Okay.
There's just too much going on, and it's too slow. Interviews too many people. It's too long conversations.
People you didn't care about, obviously. Otherwise, the conversations wouldn't be too long.
Right. Well, the biggest, and the thing that finally stopped me is so I read 360 pages, thousands of F-bombs.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Literally. I'm not exaggerating.
Corbin is a man with a salty.
Well, it's actually not so much him.
Okay.
It's the fashion designers and the models and other variety of cursing and.
So just really coarse.
Yeah, really, really. And I know people talk like that. I guess I don't read contemporary fiction really hardly at all, but I know people talk like that. It was just so. I started trying to skim conversations to see if I could maybe find the clue I needed to know, but. It's kind of hard to skim conversations like that.
Yeah.
So it was too much. Not worth it.
Not worth it. Too much vulgarity. How'd you make it 400 pages in? You just kept waiting for what?
I don't know. I think I should have stopped earlier.
Okay.
What kept you on the hook then?
It was interesting. I liked Strike and I liked his assistant.
Okay.
I ended up just looking online to find out who did it.
Could you have guessed? Were you on the right track? Was it a good? Would you say it was a good whodunit? Those are different
I think
questions.
so.
I'd be interested to read a JKR detective story. I think she's at her best when she's laying out 1,000 chess pieces on the table, and some of them you don't even know she's laying out, and then she draws them all together at the end. That's
a la wizard chess.
Somebody out there?
I think I heard John out there.
Oh,
but that's the nicest thing about. That's my favorite thing about what she does in Harry Potter is when she's just really masterfully laying out the chess pieces.
Yeah, and
there are too many chess pieces for you to even try to pull them all together. Try to figure it out, so you just go along for the ride.
That's actually what kept me going is that there were clues.
Yeah,
I maybe knew who did it, but I don't know how that clue fitted in, and I still don't know because
you never know
because I don't know. Yeah. I even tried skimming I even flipped back through it today, just the last couple pages to try to see. And it was just, I couldn't read it.
Oh, the vulgarity, huh? Very interesting.
So I don't know if she just let all her I wrote 7 kids books. Now I get to be whatever I want to be. Let all the steam out.
Here's everything that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I don't know what to say about that. That's a very specific reason to not like the book, and I'm not arguing that it's a bad one. Jake, your thoughts on vulgarity in books? I don't generally mind a little bit of it. I mean, people do talk that way and whatever, but it can be pretty oppressive when it's just like what Danielle's describing here.
Yeah, I think that there are certain times to put a book down, and if the vulgarity is too much for you, then that's a good reason to put the book down.
So there you go. Corbin.
I mean, there's so many books to read.
There are a lot of books
Why
to
do
read.
you need another JKR book and one that's filled with F-bombs?
Yep.
And 500 pages of them.
Yeah. You got two.
It would be
needs
really
that?
different if it were a 200-page book.
The world's full of great detective novels.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And if you're already an Agatha Christie fan, you can't possibly have read them all.
Yeah. If people want to know what to do, Nero Wolfe by Rex Stout. That is the detective novels that you need to be reading.
I've never read them.
You should.
You might have read, I think after we did Murder on the Orient Express.
But you like Nero Wolfe, but not Cormoran Strike?
Well, for one, it's easier to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is easier to say.
Mm-hmm.
I like it better too, but I'm just trying to...
I understand.
Don't subvert my...
Nero's a real name. Who's ever heard the name Cormoran before?
Yeah, there's a line. I mean, heroes need to have cool names. I'm not against cool names.
Wade Watts.
Wade Watts.
Like Hercule Poirot.
At least in that thing, he was like, my parents purposely called me this because
they wanted me to have a name like a superhero.
Did you read Ready Player One?
I did.
What did you think?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I've had a baby since then.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Fair. That's totally fair. So the Cormoran Strike, he's, Nero Wolfe, Rex Stout.
I've never read him.
Yeah, it's like you take Raymond Chandler, you combine him with Agatha Christie, and you dial down all the bad stuff about Raymond Chandler, but you also, it's like someone that's a good writer and not Agatha Christie.
Have you read Dorothy Sayers, the Lord Peter Wimsey?
I've never been able to get through a Dorothy Sayers.
The Lord Peter?
I haven't tried that hard, but I have picked one up, opened it, read some of it, and been like, I don't think this is for me. But I don't know why.
It's okay.
I don't know why.
Do you like 1930s-ish
Yeah,
England?
I love 1930s-ish stuff.
I don't know.
Maybe give it a try?
Yeah,
Well,
fun.
if you like detective stuff and you like junky, or not junky, but if you like
If you like really bad books.
Trash like Agatha Christie.
if you like horrible trash, then allow me to
Like
recommend.
The Cuckoo's Calling.
Right. No. Nero Wolfe is like good summer reading.
Your thoughts on Chandler?
It's just not my style.
Not my style, yeah. She's
The thing that bugged me, wasn't that far in, and he's so descriptive that I couldn't actually imagine anybody he was describing.
Mm-hmm.
She's got teeth like daggers and lips like paint on a wall, and like I'm like, what are we talking about? Yeah, it was hard.
Well, he also did The Big Sleep, which is his earliest. I think he actually...
The Big Sheep.
The Big Sheep, yes. I forgot about that.
I looked it up. As far as I know, there is no picture book called The Big Sheep. So
There really should be.
This is your big chance.
To write The Big Sheep?
To have a sheep as...
A detective.
Yeah, a sheep detective.
Oh, like those cats. What's the name of where it's just like meow, cat. You know those cat
like
novels?
Mr. Rogers.
There's like this series where it's like...
Like Wishbone?
Yeah, no. It's not like Wishbone.
Because style of Wishbone, you have a sheep detective.
No, but there's a series of novels like called The Cat.
Oh, I've read those.
Yeah.
The detective books.
Yeah,
the cat.
They all have like cat pun titles. I can't...
They're not all puns, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the cat who... Yeah, the cat who climbed in a box.
The furry...
Oh, no, not that. No, they're all just the cat who.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Jake's looking some up for us.
Yeah.
I've read a lot
The
of
Cat
those.
Who is a series of
Detective stories.
29 mystery novels and 3 related collections by
They're
Lillian
mystery
Jackson
novels, not
Braun.
detective. Wait, what are some titles?
Novel titles: The Cat Who Could Read Backwards, The Cat Who Ate Danish Modern, The Cat Who Turned On and Off, The Cat Who Saw Red, The Cat Who Played Brahms, The Cat Who Played Post Office, The Cat Who Knew Shakespeare, The Cat Who Sniffed Glue,
I've read like 5 of those. The cat who read backwards. I think I've read that one. The cat who saw red, maybe.
The Cat Who Read Backwards is the very first one.
I think I've read that.
Saw Red is number 4.
Yeah, I got that. Those are fun.
I don't know.
I think so.
Not as good as Nero Wolfe. I really highly
haven't read them.
recommend
I'll
it.
let you know.
Read Nero Wolfe and then come on and talk about Nero Wolfe.
Are there films with him?
There's like a PBS or an A&E series or something.
Okay.
But yeah, he's good. His assistant, it's Nero Wolfe, and he lives in a brownstone, and he's big and he's fat, and he solves mysteries and stuff. And
Does he go like? Is he so big and fat he just sits in a chair?
Yeah, he doesn't leave the house.
Oh.
But he's got his assistant is named Archie Goodwin, and he's this really cool, fast-talking, smooth detective kind of guy, and he goes out and does all the work, and then Nero Wolfe at the end just is like, gather all the suspects, and then he does something with his brain and his thoughts and stuff and figures out the mystery.
Okay.
So it's good stuff.
It does sound Poirot-esque with some Archie, Goodstein?
Archie Goodstein. It's he actually did, I think, probably consciously take like the hard-boiled school and the old boring school and put them together, and
that's what it's technically called. Capital O, capital B, the old boring school.
Yeah, the OBS. So Moses has fallen asleep for people who were following. Yes, Cursed Child. Harry Potter in general.
What do I think of it?
What do you think of him? The Boy Who Lived.
The Boy Who Lived. I like those books.
Favorite character?
Oh, Mrs. Weasley.
Mrs. Weasley's a good character. She said a bad word.
She did say a bad word.
Pretty famously.
Yeah.
But
sorry, minus that.
An appropriate use of that word in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to give it slack.
to her. Yeah.
When you're about to kill someone, you're allowed to say a bad word.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy.
Let the record show.
Let the record show.
Well, someone who
tried to murder your children.
Yeah.
tried to murder your children, tortured the parents of one of their best friends.
We'll call that a self-defense vulgarity.
Yeah. It wasn't much of self-defense. It was more like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
She
had some good reasons for it.
Yeah, I'm not,
anyway. Yeah, I think Mrs. Weasley.
Mrs. Weasley. You think Mrs. Weasley is?
Mrs. Weasley
I think she is.
She's one of the best, most emotional moments of the early books, in my opinion, which is the very first time we meet her.
I haven't read those books in a while.
So
at her house?
No, the first time we meet her is at the train station and Harry's lost.
Oh,
and she helps Harry get on the train, and then the twins are like, they see his scar and they run back out and they're like, that's Harry Potter on the train. And she's like scolding them all and telling them, like, do you think he remembers Lord Voldemort?
She's a good mom.
She's a good
She
mom.
just decides to be a mom to Harry right at that moment. And it's really sweet.
She also got a whole crop of redheaded kids like I do.
Yeah, I can understand why you like her. And you killed that witch that one time and you said the bad word, but she really deserved it.
But she did deserve it.
Yeah. Cursed Child. Or no, Harry Potter in general. You thumbs up?
Yeah.
Big thumbs up?
Yeah,
favorite book?
Which one is my favorite book?
Yes.
Rank them.
Oh, stop. No, 5 is the worst, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think we've met someone that hasn't said that.
Right.
3. I say 3.
He's wrong.
3 is a similar in the colors in my brain. 3 and 5 are both a similar color.
Thank you.
Kind of dark blue.
Thank you.
You're wrong.
But I like 3 better though.
But you admit that 3 is of a lesser. It's a
little more
time travel-y.
Somber.
Yeah.
Is that when you meet the Dementors?
Yes.
In 3?
I believe so.
Yeah. So it's got a dark color to it.
Yeah.
And then 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15-year-old Harry.
Yeah. Hormones.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Hated being 15. Don't like reading about it.
So I am the same age as Harry. It came out when I was 10.
Okay. So did you actually grow up reading them as they come out?
I read 1 through 5, and then I only ever got them from the library, and they always were on hold 6 and 7, so I just never read 6 and 7 because I was way too far down the hold list or something. I didn't read those again until after college.
After college?
I read the whole series.
Okay.
In a week or something.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And so big thumbs up. You like them a lot.
I like them.
Have you listened to the Bookening episodes that have come out regarding them?
The first 3.
Thoughts?
I was listening to number 4 on the way here.
Do you believe that Christians should read stories about the occult or about Harry Potter?
I don't know if the word should be in that sentence.
Yes. Do you believe that every Christian must read Harry Potter or they will be committing a sin?
Let the record show.
Okay.
No, I don't think that. But I think that's okay too.
Do you think it's okay to practice the occult?
No.
Then why do you think it's okay to read Harry Potter?
Oh, you guys did a really good episode on that. Ditto.
I like the way you think.
Thanks.
I like the way I think, and you apparently
I like the way that you think.
Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Cursed Child. Tell us all about it. We don't know anything except for that.
I know nothing about it.
Jake doesn't know
So
anything.
the premise of it is that, I'm going to remember these names, that Voldemort had a love child with Bellatrix Lestrange. And that, I can't remember anything else about it, really, except that.
That's the titular, I don't like that word. That's the eponymous Cursed Child?
I believe so.
There you go.
That's the reason I don't like it, is because I just don't think that's legitimate.
Because ruins the mystique of Voldemort.
Yeah, you don't want to find out.
He's just like this normal guy.
Sauron had a baby with,
right?
Galadriel. There's no bad ladies. Is there a bad lady in Lord of the Rings?
No.
I mean, Galadriel might be the closest.
She'd be the closest, but she's not going to have a baby with Sauron.
No.
You can see, at least for the movie depictions, Bellatrix wanting to have Voldemort's baby.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh
that.
yeah,
not
it
the
makes
same
makes sense
thing.
on her part, but not on his.
Yeah, he's
just,
past that kind of stuff. He's into,
not that kind of guy.
Yeah, he's just not that
beyond.
kind of a guy.
Well, because he's not a person anymore.
Right.
You know. So that's what I just don't like. That's the premise of the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why I honestly don't remember anything else about it except that I just didn't believe it.
Okay, that's fair.
And for how believable the rest of the world is, the HP universe.
The HP universe.
That was a letdown.
Well, how about the Fantastic Beast? You like that thing?
Never seen it.
Never seen it?
No.
Should you see it, Jake?
But I did just see before I came here.
Yeah.
There are 3 new Harry Potter universe books coming out this fall. A pop-up book
Okay.
and another pop-up-ish book
Okay.
and a how to make a movie book with stickers.
Sorry, I'm getting a call from our friend Brandon Chastain. Hey, Brandon, you're on the Bookening.
I'm on the Bookening.
Yeah.
What? Finally.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be on the Bookening.
Well, you're on with the mom who's bomb of reading, Danny McNeely, and me.
There goes Benjamin Q. Sulcer, RJ. I don't know which one it is. And John Crumb. Hey, they're going to let us in, which is exactly the reason I was calling you.
Okay, fantastic. We'll see you in a second.
'Cause I
Hey.
left my keys out.
Hey, while you're at it, tell whoever's in there mindlessly pounding on the piano to stop ruining the conversation.
Brandon, Jake says to stop ruining the conversation. Hello?
All right, I always ruin the conversation.
No, tell the people pounding on the
guys.
piano.
Oh, tell the people on the piano to stop ruining the conversation, and then come in here to help us with donor shout-outs.
They're in there still. Apparently they're practicing something.
They're practicing something. I guess Jake can hear you.
All right. Who's on the piano?
I have no idea. So do you have anything, our listeners, you want to anything to say about Robert Galbraith?
Probably would have been better sticking to her real name and just writing Harry Potter.
I have
I'm
some
assuming.
backstory
Maybe
on
I'm wrong.
names.
Oh, Danny has.
Danny probably has lots of things to say about that.
She does. She has some backstory. We'll see you for donor shout-outs in a second.
All right, great.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
It was Brandon.
So
What did he
Jo?
say?
Is that her name? Jo?
Yeah.
Rowling?
Jo-
So
JKR?
yeah, so she a midget.
You mentioned? Yeah.
Originally submitted the Harry Potter manuscript as Jo Rowling,
Mm-hmm.
and when they finally accepted it, they said no boy is gonna read a fantasy book by a woman author, and so they made her choose her initials. But she doesn't actually have a middle name,
Really? So she just
so
made
she picked her mom's name.
Interesting. Hey, that's a fun
She's J.K.
fact.
Rowling, and so I think she actually wrote this as a man, partly for the same reason.
Because men don't read books by women. I don't read books by women.
Yeah, I think it's part of it.
That's
but
part of the
also, I mean, would you
Jane Austen.
read this cover?
The worst.
Yeah, Jane Austen's. Jake makes a fair point in an ironic manner.
Yeah.
No.
This cover also kind of looks like a chick
Yeah,
lit novel.
the cover
But-
looks just like, yeah.
And I actually, the name is from some poem.
The Cuckoos. Who is there
Well, sometimes Lula Landry is called Cuckoo, but
see.
it didn't. Anyway, yep.
Well, there you go. So how many stars out of 5 do you give to Murder on the Orient Express?
Good stars.
Good stars.
I give it good stars.
How many, though?
I don't know. I don't like these scale kind of questions.
Okay. How many?
Pain scales, none of that stuff.
Should people read The Cuckoo Clock?
A cuckoo's, they should not, I would not recommend A Cuckoo's Calling.
Okay.
If you're into vulgarity, I guess.
If you like vulgarity, then
that's
this is
your
the book
thing.
for you. Okay.
I mean, credit to Robert Galbraith for an interesting characters, believability, but many down points for.
Sex, violence, anything else we should be watching out for? Or is it just that vulgarity that's...
There wasn't any graphic sex, but I didn't finish the book. And 90 pages to go.
Could be 80 pages of orgy for all we know. Probably not.
Yeah, I hope not. I don't think so.
Yeah. Seems a little out of character.
There is a TV series called Strike.
It's all right.
I
How
haven't
would we watch it if we wanted to watch it?
I think it's from the BBC.
Okay.
So BBC...
.co.uk or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
There you go.
But the guy, definitely the person they cast, I imagined him as looking like that.
Big guy, my understanding. Moves
Kinda
in a circle
poofy
of
hair.
people that say bad words.
Yeah. And he occasionally does, but not as bad as everybody else.
You think maybe the other books are he's in a different environment so they don't say bad words?
It's possible. I actually wondered about that because I do think this entertainment fashion world.
If there was another book, then if book 2 is in a different world and there's like a fraction of the vulgarity, are you in?
Maybe. I hadn't thought of that.
Who that? Brandon?
Just you.
Just me.
Come on in.
Hey, joining us.
Oh, Moses took your place.
Yeah. A little less whining, a little less crying.
Yeah.
There's a microphone for you over there. Oh, wow. Brandon got here just in time. What do we say about Brandon? He's the scholar who's a baller of reading. And he just walked in, folks. He picked up a car for his lovely wife, Mrs. Chastain, in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Made it back in one piece. Glad to see you.
We're here.
We were
I'm
just
here.
learning about Robert Galbraith. Apparently uses a lot of profanity. Not a nice gentleman. Writes about this character named Corbin Strike. Doesn't sound like a book I'm going to be reading.
It's J.K. Rowling.
Really? Is
Yeah.
it J.K. Rowling? Uh-huh. Man.
I don't know if you knew that. It leaked.
It leaked. It leaked.
On Twitter, right?
Hey,
As undersecretary of the secretary to the whatever. Yeah.
Approval.
Danny, you want to give the BSOA to this clunker? That's kind of a leading
Well,
question.
when you put it that way, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
She didn't finish it, as it turns out.
She had 90 vulgarity-filled pages left to go.
I feel like it's all the steam that she had bottled up for her children's book.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, now I can say f-bombs."
Right.
Man.
Thousands.
All right, you're going to help us with donor shout-outs, Danny?
I would love to.
All right, I like donor shout-outs. Jake, well, you could probably tell us, if people wanted to get a donor shout-out, what would they have to do?
They would have to get on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And patreon.com/thebookening.
/ or /.
/ Nobody uses backslashes.
That's true.
Okay. / thebookening. And you have to give at least $10 a month
Is that really right?
to be a donor, to get a donor shout out.
Mm-hmm.
You can give however much you want.
Yeah, you can give any variety of things. What we're going to do right now is shout out the donors that give the appropriate amount of money. So we got 3 people. I'm trying to think how to do this. So we'll have Brandon do his normal shout out, and then we'll have Jake tell Danny how to do it.
Okay.
What style?
What style? Yeah.
Okay.
So Brandon is substance, Jake is style.
This right now feels a lot like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Good idea.
That's the exact idea.
I like it.
Cutting that out. Brandon, the immortal Chelsea E.
The immortal Chelsea E.
As Hermione Granger.
The immortal Chelsea E.
There you go.
Sounded exactly like her.
You can try it again if you want.
No, it's okay.
You
Move
had
on.
made kind of a disgusted, like, I didn't do that as well as I could have kind of.
It's okay. We'll keep going.
Okay.
I feel good.
Nathan, not me.
Nathan, not Nathan.
You're distressed in the middle of traffic.
Nathan, not Nathan.
Is that the kind of distress that you have in traffic?
I don't. Oh, am I in a car? I thought I was like running from a car.
I actually didn't I imagined you just standing in the middle of traffic.
That's what I thought. Okay,
We're
good.
There you
tracking.
I just imagined you having a breakdown somewhere. Jimmy Beam and little Annie Oakley, the Lovebirds.
Jimmy Beam and little Annie Oakley.
You
Lovebirds?
just climbed Mount Everest and are standing at the peak.
I'd be really out of breath.
You know,
Nice.
I'm sure
Well done.
Jimmy Beam and little Annie Oakley.
see, I don't think it tracks. I think if you're in shape enough to make it to the top of Mount Everest, you're probably not breathing like that.
It's probably like Rocky.
No,
There's like no
it's
air out
really low
there.
oxygen.
Oh.
I once tried to sing.
On top of Mount Everest?
Not on top of Everest.
On top
in
of
the
Old
Rocky
Smoky?
Mountains. In the Rocky Mountains. And it was really hard.
Well, there you
I
go.
took a lot of breaths.
Okay. Lily of the Valley.
Lily of the Valley.
You walked into the kitchen and the cabinets are empty and the contents are all over the floor in a great big pile. And you have to shout out something, and it's going to be Lily of the Valley.
Lily of the Valley! I felt that one.
Yeah. I was afraid we were going to get a lot of
pretty
little
real.
Galbraithian language there. Andrew and Esther, the Lovebirds, and little baby Timothy.
Andrew and Esther, the Lovebirds, and little baby Timothy.
You've got the kitchen all cleaned up. The kids are in bed. It's quiet. You've just sat down on the couch with Alex and flipped on some Netflix.
Who am I shouting out? Andrew and Esther. Okay. I got so into that image. This was really exciting.
It's like, this is great.
Andrew and Esther, the Lovebirds, and little baby Timothy.
The inscrutable Jenny Z.
The inscrutable Ginny Z.
You just ran into Pastor Stu from Sound of Sanity in the middle of the street. It's just the two of you.
The inscrutable Jenny Z.
Nice. well
Mild
played.
disgust. Robert and Rhonda, the Lovebirds.
Robert and Rhonda, the Lovebirds.
Give her something challenging for this one.
You've been lost at sea for 3 days on a piece of driftwood, and you see a ship in the distance, but you're being overwhelmed by waves. and you're trying to get their attention, but you just might fall into the water and drown.
I think Moses is going to do this one.
The story that
pretty
sound effect tells is a pretty tragic one.
He did just coo afterwards.
Yeah, well,
We're impressed.
sounds of a recently drowned person can sound a lot like Coo, I would think. John and Jill and little baby Max.
John and Jill and little baby Max.
You've been raised by wolves and you just saw the first human being you've ever seen in your life.
Well played.
The Keith Master.
The Keith Master.
As Sauron.
Who am I doing?
The Keith Master.
Keith Master. Okay.
Do it.
Bum, 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 bum. Brandon, what are transportation needs?
Do I have transportation needs?
Yes.
If I had transportation needs, I know exactly who I'd call.
David.
It wouldn't be Uber.
What?
Would it be Uber? David's Mighty Men.
As Miss Piggy.
David's Modern Man. Oh, no. That was bad. Oh, that was really bad. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. We liked that.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
It's about as good as our Rickman impressions.
Oh, I really liked those. Those are really good. But they were really bad. That's why they were really good.
You should make Danny do it.
You
You
just read my mind.
Always.
I can't do that now.
Always.
Oh, we can still do it.
Why? My beloved mother Beth.
Nathan's beloved mother Beth.
Alan Rickman.
Alex and I have tried this. We're both really bad. You know who's really good at Alan Rickman is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
Really?
Watch the YouTube video.
I said that, and I played a clip for...
And they were unimpressed?
And they were not impressed.
Did you watch that one where he does the answering machine to himself? It's like from...
I've watched it, but
It's pretty funny.
that's probably what I was most thinking of.
Thinking
This
of?
was like him on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, it
or
was him on
something like
Fallon. It was all right. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't.
It was a lot better than Alex's.
Well,
That's for sure.
well,
Okay, it's Alan
we'll be
Rickman.
our own judges of that.
Nathan's beloved mother Beth.
She's concentrating, folks.
I know.
Closing her eyes.
I'm afraid yeah, okay.
Channel him.
This might be a little too Sean Connery. We'll see. Nathan's beloved mother Beth.
Oh, no.
Marriage hot and full of spices. Spices. That's from Sense and Sensibility. That's all I got.
Our friends, gosh, these are new. You get in to help us break in a new one.
Oh, yay.
Really?
Yeah, our good friends. I guess we'll just go with the classic naming formula for them. For now, we might come up, we'll just go with the classic naming formula. We might get more complicated as we go, but we'll start classic.
Okay.
Ryan and Judith, the Lovebirds, Brandon.
Brian and Judith, the Lovebirds.
Did you say Brian and Judith?
I did.
It's Ryan
Ryan
and Judith.
and Judith,
The Lovebirds.
Ryan and Judith, the Lovebirds.
As Erica Rosebloom from Sound of Sanity. But you got to do it the way Erica
Why
would
do you
do
think
it.
I could do her?
You're a master of impressions.
Got a feeling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All sorts.
I think you get this one.
I actually don't know how she would do this, so.
Hi, moms. I want to introduce you to my friends, Ryan and Judith, the Lovebirds.
That sounds a lot like to me. Danny. What was the name we came up with for Danny?
Oh, Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny Boy? Sure. I climb upon my knee, Danny Boy.
Danny Boy.
Like an Irish mourner.
Danny boy, climb upon my knee.
Not bad. Not bad at all. DJ Sammy G.
DJ Sammy G.
This is Dubstep Danny, the DJ.
I can give you some dubstep
Thank
music.
you. Yeah. That sounds like dial-up internet.
True story. Nathan still uses an AOL.com email address.
That's true story. So do all the most successful people in the world. Actually, I did read. This is true. I did read an article about how the most successful people use AOL emails because early adopters. It sort of makes sense if you think about
They
it.
still
Like
use it.
tech geniuses, people in Silicon Valley, celebrities that had the internet. Like a lot of very, very success. Your Warren Buffett's, those kinds of people use AOL actually. So I'm in good company.
There you go,
I'm
Nathan.
going to DJ Sammy G as dial-up internet.
Okay.
Right? Is that dubstep?
Yeah.
Basically.
Basically the same
Basically.
thing. Yeah.
DJ Sammy G.
You've got mail.
Maya!
It's Coco the gorilla.
Who's Coco the gorilla?
Some gorilla.
Sign language.
Coco the gorilla.
Good.
It's the best impression she's done all night, folks.
Thanks.
If only you can see it.
Jinx. Jay and Katie the Lovebirds. Oh, no. Sorry, Jay and Katie who are cold and love cheese.
Jay and Katie, who are cold and
Zorro.
J and KT. No, it's like
Antonio Banderas.
there you go. Same thing.
who are cold and love cheese.
Beautiful. Benjamin and Danny T. The Lovebirds.
As a Disney princess.
Like Snow White?
As a Renaissance Disney Renaissance princess.
Oh, okay. Not like a Renaissance Disney princess.
A Medici.
Who am I doing?
Benjamin?
No.
Who?
What? Oh, sorry.
It's got to be. Oh.
Benny and Danny T.
Benny and Danity? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dan.
This is my Renaissance music.
Got a little Harry Potter in there.
That was great.
There's a little more Renaissance than Disney princess.
Eric and Catherine the Lovebirds.
Eric and Catherine, the Lovebirds.
You are in the middle of a Julie Andrews musical.
I love Julie Andrews.
There you go.
Did you know in college people said I was Julie Andrews? Because my hair was really short. Like the sound of the music. Eric and Catherine the Lovebirds?
Yeah. I don't know why that's striking me as funny. Your hair was short.
It was.
Ergo,
You carried an umbrella all the time.
you had confidence and confidence alone.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I have confidence in Eric and in Catherine, his wife. They're lovebirds.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
And finally, Professor X and Lady X.
Professor X.
Like you're in a really cheesy, stupid comic book.
Professor X and Lady X.
Great. Well,
There we have it.
there we there we have it. Thanks for donor shout-outing. I'm going to go straight into credits. We was written today by people, and Danny was here, Moses was here. Go on to patreon.com/thebookening. Give us money. What else do they do? Jake, rate us on iTunes.
Rate and review.
Rate and review, please.
Hey, shout outs to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Danny, did you know about this?
Shout them out.
Hang on
No,
a
I
second.
didn't.
I
Tell
don't know
me
if I know
more.
what's going
I'm
on.
about to tell you.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
Edge of my seat.
Supercalifragilistic.
We're excited.
Expialidocious.
Shout outs to Clayton Hutchins
Yeah.
and Z Grace Z for giving us some awesome reviews. You
Yes,
guys
it-
are the best.
Tell us
Nice.
what do people need to do if they want to follow in these great gentlemen's footsteps?
If you wanted to follow in their footsteps, you could write a review. Clayton Hutchins' review is a 5-star review titled An Honest Review. The text of that review says, "The Bookening is the greatest, most charming, most intelligent podcast I've ever listened to. By no means am I under the imperious curse."
Boom.
Z Grace Z. 2 weeks later, The Bookening is cooking up something good with a little ear of corn emoji.
Nice.
5 stars. The Bookening is the greatest, most charming, most intelligent podcast I've ever listened to. By no means am I under the imperious curse.
Nice.
Boom.
Well done.
Bravo. You guys are the best.
Yeah, they are. Hey, Danny, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for
again.
having me.
We'll see you again for Bleak House, if
Bleak
not
House.
before. But looking forward to it. It's a very
Exciting
bleak
stuff.
story. Got the Charles Dickens and should be good.
It'll be great.
And bring Moses back sometime.
Yeah.
Sure. He'd love to come.
Bye, Moses.